Hi everyone, welcome to On the Other Hand. I'm Ariane Zurcher. Today we're going to be doing lesson number 11. We will be continuing to embellish the rest of our shapes as laid out in the instruction booklet. Don't forget to hit the like button. Click on the subscribe button and the little bell that pops up for email notifications. I love hearing from you. Leave me comments in the comments section. And don't forget to check out the description section where I leave links to all the different things that I use in this video. If you haven't done so already, do ask to join the Facebook group that I created, Ariane Zurcher Stitching Circle. It's a really wonderful group of people and a lot of fun. The link is below. All right, we're on to the turquoise flower, and I'm using Sue Spargo's Spoke Easy, the 5 spoke, and I'm just with my chalk pencil going into the center of each of these petals, and I'm going right into center to mark that. I can then take my straight 6-inch ruler and just true this up, making sure that it's really center of each petal using my Aurora thread, Fiji Falls. The instructions say stitch 4 rounds of a woven circle. So the way I do that, I'm going to do 5 spokes, go into center. Now the reason I don't start in the center for my spoke is because I don't want the knot in the back where it can get pretty bulky in there because I'm coming into center each time for each of these spokes. So I just avoid that by starting on the outside and going in. So now I'm going to do 4 rounds of a woven circle. And the woven circle, you're just weaving in and out, unlike the whipped woven, where you're going back. So I'm going between 2 of the legs, and then I'm going to go over this one, under this one, over this one, under this one. With the woven circle, you have to have an odd number or it won't work. And I do have an odd number, so that's perfect. So that's my 2nd round, right there. This is my 3rd round. And this is going to be my 4th round. And I'm going to end right under here. There's my little 4 rounds. So I'm using my Silk and Pearl green leaves, my 24 chenille. I'm going to stitch a fly stitch between each of these petals. And I'm going to go in just under here so that it disappears under my woven circle. And then I'm going to come out and I'm going to do the same for the remaining 4. Okay, so I'm doing an 8-wrap bullion knot in the V of this fly stitch. There are going to be 2 little bullions here, this one and the other one with EZ26. So 1, 2, 3. So there's my 8 wraps. And then I'm going to go over here. And now I'm going to go in with my Easy 26 number 8 weight, and I'm going to put another little 8 wrap bullion right next to him in that V. I want to make sure I'm not pulling these too tightly in the back. I want to make sure that thread isn't pulling everything in. And I'm going to keep doing this on the other two. All right, I've done my 2, and now I'm going to do an 8 wrap going across the petal tip in my Easy 34. These are all number 8 weight, so I'm using a number 3 Milners for each one. Okay, so there's 8. Just going to anchor that down. Come to my next little tip. My assistant is here approving my work. I think he's kind of napping on the job, honestly. I'm going to do a 10 wrap bullion knot in between each of these stitches coming out. So I'm just going to go center, and I'm just going to come out a little ways, not very far out, and I'm going to do 10 wraps. Sometimes I just do this for my bullions to make the wraps kind of more even. I see that one is getting fatter than another. I'm going to go in and then come out into my next one. Here's my little turquoise flower. And now I'm going to move on. I'm on page 16 on the circle. Using Sue Spargo Spoke Easy, I'm going to draw 8 spokes with my chalk pencil. Using hummingbirds and hollyhocks, which I'm running low on. I'm hoping I'll have enough. That's all I've got. All right, I'm going to do a variation on the whipped woven circle, but what I do is I stitch a fly stitch extending a little beyond my circle, and these are going to be my spokes for my whipped woven. Okay, I didn't read the instructions. I was wondering why this looked a little funny. Unfortunately, I don't have enough of this thread to do this in the way that I demonstrate in the instructions, which I actually prefer, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's done according to the directions. Do you see the difference? This is because I'm following the directions, and what I say to do is to do 8 straight stitches from center out between these fly stitches. I didn't do that because I didn't read the instructions. So this looks different, and let's see what else I've got. All right, I've got this one, which is the lavenders. That could be pretty. And I've got berry spritz, which I think I'm going to do. It's a little more of a variegation of reds and purples, which I like. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to redo it the way it's supposed to be done. I know, but that's just the way it is. All right, I'm starting again. I also drew a chalk circle that was 1 1/4 inches just around, so I know where my fly stitches are emanating out from. I'm going to go ahead and redo the chalk on this one. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm going to come out onto my chalk circle line. I'm going to go into center. I'm going to come out onto my chalk line on the other side. Okay, so there's that, and now I'm going to go from center. I'm going to come out right here into the center between each of these. So I'm cutting my pie again into 8 more sections. So there'll be 16 sections total. And I remember why I did this, because when you do the variation on the whipped woven, it doesn't look as dramatic if you have less spokes. But if you have some more spokes, that's when that kind of trellis weaving part really shows. So there it is. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my little whipped woven, and I'm going to go as close to this center as I can. And then I'm going to go back to, so instead of whipping here, I'm going to go back to this one, and I'm going to go forward 3. So back 2, forward 3. And when the spokes are this close together in the beginning, you won't see the pattern at all. But as I do maybe 3 or 4 rounds, that's when you'll start seeing it emerge. And you'll see the difference. I was wondering why it didn't look right. And this is berry spritz, and I like it. Okay, so do you see how it's doing? Isn't that cool looking? Love that. And that's why I took it out, because I knew how cool it could look and that it wasn't. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to go back my 2, and then I'm going to anchor it down right in here. And now I'm going to do my 2-wrap colonial knot in Fiji Folds. I don't know that it's a 2-wrap colonial knot, but I'm assuming it is. It's a typo. I'm going to amend it to say 2 wraps. God, I hope that's the last mistake I made. For all of you who are printing this out or have already printed out, just know that where it says using Aurora thread, Fuji Falls, and a number 1 Milner's needle, stitch a 2-wrap. The number 2 is missing. A regular colonial knot would work just fine, so don't worry if you don't catch this or you sing this after the fact, it's fine. There's that. Okay, with my easy 26 and a 3 Milners, I'm stitching a 6-wrap bullion knot inside each of these little flies. So they're going to be really little, like a little button. I'm not going to have them extend out. I don't know if you can hear Merlin, but he's snoring. All right, so there it is, and now I'm putting a ribbon rose right in the center. The ribbon rose is Aurora's Flame. I don't know that I actually have any left, but I'm going to look. I have a little piece of orange left, so I'm going to go ahead and use this for my middle. The ribbon rose, you come right up where you want it to be, so for me it's dead center. You give yourself a couple of inches. You act as though you're doing a colonial knot. And then, instead of putting your thread down, you're going to do a series of running stitches in the middle of the ribbon. Dead center. And you go back down into the center. Your little ribbon rose. And that is it. Unless, like me, you've put 4 more shapes down, in which case we have a little work to do. That's going to be the next lesson. and it's optional for those who want to. You've seen the other needle roll that I did without it, and then you'll see what I do with these and you can compare. But that's next time. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing this and seeing the stitches come to life as we follow along, or as I don't follow along, and then we see what happens when I don't follow the instructions. Don't forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button and the little bell that comes up for email notifications. I love hearing from you, so leave comments in the comments section and check out the description where I leave links for all the different things I use in this video. Until next time, here's to stitching our needle roll together.